The Central Bank of Nigeria has projected that the external reserve could reduce slightly in 2024 on the back of debt service and other obligations. This was disclosed in the maiden edition of the Central Bank of Nigeria 2024 Microeconomic Outlook Price Discovery for Economic Stabilization, which was recently released. Welcome to Business Point, where we extract the Nigerian economy and the government policies. I am Kike Lomo Okere. The Central Bank of Nigeria Outlook says the external reserve, which stood at $33.09 billion in 2023, could reduce slightly in 2024. This is on the assumption of continued payment of outstanding foreign exchange forward obligation, matured foreign exchange swap, and debt service. This expected improvement in crude oil earning, together with recent reform in the foreign exchange market and energy sector, will cushion the drop in the external reserve. On July 8, Nigerian foreign reserve crossed $35.05 billion, the first time in about a year, and has remained above the mark since then. As of Thursday, the country's external reserve stood at $35.77 billion. Also, the outlook projected a marginal increase to $19.42 billion from $19.17 billion in 2023 for diaspora remittance. The outlook says this is on the account of the expected improvement in global economic condition and reform in the foreign exchange market that allow international money transfer operators to pay beneficiaries at market-determined exchange rate. Similarly, the ongoing effort by the bank to improve the efficiency, transparency, and confidence in the foreign exchange market is expected to boost remittance through formal channel. On the public debt, the report says it was expected to maintain an upward trajectory but remain on the sustainable path in 2024, saying the expected trajectory of the public debt is underscored by planned infrastructure investment, social intervention, and securitization of ways and means advanced by the federal government. Meanwhile, in the forward of the outlook of the governor of Central Bank, Olayemi Cardoso, stated that the bank will extend its monetary policy tightening stance to tame the rising inflation. It says, to mitigate some of this risk and address existing imbalance, it is imperative to intensify monetary policy. It is imperative to intensify monetary tightening to subdue inflation risk, sustain reform to strengthen the foreign exchange market, and tackle security issues around the food belt and oil installation. The outlook for Nigerian economy indicates broad resilience with continued growth, expected moderation of inflation, and greater exchange rate stability. The outlook is shaped by continued improvement in the domestic production and refining capacity of crude oil, as well as the expected rise in the crude oil price that could prop growth to 3.38% in 2024 from 2.74% in 2023. On inflation, the CBN governor says the inflation is projected to moderate to 21.40% within a range of 19.84% and 25.35% from 28.92% in December 2023, as the transition to an inflation targeting light framework and increasingly tight monetary policy stance effectively anchors expectation. Despite the positive outlook, there were risks that the CBN governor listed, including security challenges, supply-side shock, and global geoeconomic fragmentation, which could aggravate inflationary pressure. Nigeria produced a total of 236,229,281 barrels of crude oil in the first half of 2024. Data from the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission confirmed that 44.2 million barrels of crude oil were produced in January, while the country pumped 38.3 million barrels of oil in February. Similarly, 38.1 million barrels was produced in March, and the monthly production for April was 38.4 million barrels. In May, 38.8 million barrels were pumped and 38.3 million barrels were achieved in June. In the same period in 2023, the country total oil output from January to June was 219.5 million barrels, 16.73 million barrels lower than what was recorded in 2024. However, during the first 6 months of 2020, the country produced 302.42 million barrels of crude oil, representing 66 million barrels more than what was obtained within the same period this year. This is an indication that the nation's oil production has been fluctuating, declining more than appreciating over the years. Data from the NUPRC shows that the country's produced an average of 1.43 million barrels of crude oil per day in the first month of the year, being the highest average daily crude oil production within 6 months. In February, the daily oil production dropped to 1.32 million barrels per day and dropped further to 1.23 million barrels per day in March. Efforts by the government to stop the figure from dipping further may have yielded results, as the daily production appreciates marginally to 1.28 million barrels per day in April. However, the figure fell again to 1.25 million barrels per day in May. At a time, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, says the country's daily oil production was nearing 1.7 million barrels per day. The month of June saw the production increasing marginally to 1.28 million barrels per day, giving hope of recovery to Nigerian government, whose economy depends heavily on crude oil. Recently, Kyari lamented the negative impact of the oil theft and vandalism on the nation's economy, saying the acts discourage investment in the oil and gas sector. During a meeting of economic stakeholders with the Senate committee, Kyari says Nigeria will soon begin the production of 2 million barrels per day of crude oil. Let's take a quick short break. While we're on that, we'll take a look at some of the business reports in Nigeria. Don't go away, stay with us. Hello and welcome to Business Report. The exchange rate for duties collection by the Nigerian Customs Service has risen by 3 naira above the official closing rate of the naira on the NAFEM window. Checks on the custom exchange rate portal reveal that the FX rate for duties collection stand at 1,584 naira to a dollar, while the naira closed as 1,581 naira to the greenback on the 17th of July 2023, according to FMDQ data. The current custom duties exchange rate of 1,584 naira to a dollar is the highest since March 2024, when the naira depreciated near the 1,600 naira to a dollar mark. In recent times, the naira has weakened against the USD despite efforts by the Central Bank of Nigeria to boost supply in the foreign exchange market. The last time the weekly FX turnover exceeded the $1 billion mark was in the first week of June, with a total of $1.05 billion recorded. The rise in the FX turnover comes on the heels of CBN tacit intervention in the foreign exchange market by selling FX to authorized dealers. Parallel market operators are quoting a buy price above 1,600 naira to a dollar for holders of naira looking to buy dollars, as the local currency faces rising pressure. The exchange rate has been weakening lately in line with a steady crash on the official market. Platforms such as Trove, Remitly, Bamboo, and PiggyVest are selling the dollar above 1,630 naira as of Thursday, July 18, 2024. Early trading data in the Nigerian exchange has shown a pattern of decline across bank stocks as investors react to the proposed 50% tax on FX gain. According to trading data, there was a 3.16% decline in FBN holding share price, a 0.33% decline in the GTCO share price, a 3.25% decline in FCMB share price, as well as 1.89% decline in UBA share price. Data from some of the brokers have revealed an increase in sell pressure on banking stocks, with a high turnover volume after just 2.5 hours of trading. Over 32 million GTCO shares have been traded, with 19.7 million UBA shares already traded at the time. 50% windfall tax on FX gain in a proposed amendment to the 2023 Financial Act. The federal government is making efforts to apply a one-time windfall tax of 50% on the realized foreign exchange gain recorded by banks in the 2023 financial year. According to a letter sent by the President of the Senate, the 50% tax will be used to fund the 6.2 trillion naira addition to the 2024 appropriation bill. It was noted that the tax will be used to fund capital infrastructure development, education and healthcare, as well as welfare initiatives, all of which are components of Renewed Hope agenda. In the 2023 financial year, major Nigerian banks recorded FX gain amounting to 3.37 trillion naira. However, there will be need to be a distinction between the realized and unrealized gain. Kikelomo Okeri, Global Television News.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelomo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point, this is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more. All on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung Annabelle Joseph on Global Television.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first. Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making rounds. Join Jumaine Manson on Global Television Monday to Thursday and a repeat every Friday. Time 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no further. Introducing Lunch Global, on Global Television, a show that takes you on a delicious journey through the world of food, nutrition, and diet. So, whether you're a seasoned foodie, a health enthusiast, or simply curious about the world of food, Lunch Global has something for everyone. Tune in Mondays to Fridays and let your taste bud take you on a journey of flavor, culture, and discovery on Lunch Global. Bon appetit!
Time check.
You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Business Point, where we extract the Nigerian economy and the government's policies. Global tax and advisory service firm KPMG Nigeria has criticized the 50% windfall tax on the bank's foreign exchange revolution gains recorded in 2023, stating that it could result to a legal dispute. The firm stated this in its reaction to the recently imposed tax on banks by the federal government, where it stated that the current revenue challenges of the government may have triggered the tax. According to the firm, Nigerian tax policy does not support retroactive taxation, and since most banks have settled their tax liabilities for the financial year of 2023, it could lead to a constitutional crisis since it runs counter to the principle of the legitimate expectation. KPMG opined that the retroactive taxes such as these could discourage investment from foreign businesses due to the unpredictable of the country's tax law. The report suggested proper technical consultation with stakeholders on the impact of tax before the bill is enacted into law, stating that such feedback is needed to prevent unintended consequences. The firm noted that major commercial banks such as Fidelity, Access Bank, GTCO have approached the capital markets to raise funds to meet the CBN's new capital requirement. It is projected that the banks will need to raise 4 trillion naira in fresh capital in the next 18 months. The report called on the Federal Ministry of Finance to liaise with Central Bank of Nigeria on the capacity of banks to meet the proposed capital requirement, calling the windfall tax a distraction that banks do not need at this time. A Zone A Federal Operation Unit of the Nigerian Customs Service in Ikeja, Lagos, says it has intercepted 150 cartons of bulletproof jackets worth 1.68 billion naira. Addressing journalists in Ikeja, the Custom Area Controller in charge of the unit, Kola Oladeji, says the contraband were intercepted along Ijebu-Ode-Shagamu Expressway in Ogun State. Olajide explained that each carton contained 10 packs of jackets, adding that these contraband were seized in June. He explained that under Schedule 4 of the Customs Common External Tariff, the importation of all kinds of military wares by individuals was under absolute prohibition. An end-user certificate is required for the importation of controlled items and products into Nigeria, and it comes from the Office of the National Security Advisor. Oladeji vowed that the unit is working on credible intelligence to get the importers of this contraband. Oladeji says the unit also intercepted 989 kilograms of cannabis sativa and 5,229 expired drugs within the period under review. According to him, some of the interceptions took place at various time and location within the state in the southwest. Other itemized include 343,750 liters of premium motor spirit, 7,150 bags of foreign parboiled rice, 32 units of used vehicles, 120 bags of sugar, 3,560 cartons of poultry products. It stated that four suspects were arrested in connection with various offenses, including violating import-export guidelines, concealment, wrong classification, smuggling, and contravening policy directives. It disclosed that the cumulative duty paid value of the various intercepted goods amounts to 3.6 billion naira. All right, this is where we draw the curtain on Business Point today. Join me again on Monday for another edition on Global Television. We are on Star Time Channel 276 and 365 on DSTV. To stay connected, kindly follow us on all our social media platforms showing on the screen at Global TV NG and our website globaltvabuja.com. Till I come your way again, I am Kike Lomo Okeri. Have a lovely weekend.